story here. A petition calling for Northern Ireland veterans who took part in Operation Banner to be protected from prosecution has passed the magic 200,000 signatures.
Well, the Conservative MP, Sir David Davis, has the story for us and is joining us now. David, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the programme. Can you just explain to us how we've got to this point? The last government tried to bring in a bill that would protect former soldiers from being prosecuted up to 50 years after on active service, but this government wants to rescind that. Is that correct?
That's right. I mean, this was a piece of unfinished business, dates right back to Blair, when he basically gave amnesties to every IRA torturer and murderer, forgot to deal with the issue of outstanding challenges to British veterans. So now people who they volunteered to join the army. They didn't volunteer to go to Northern Ireland, but they went to Northern Ireland, did their duty under incredible risk. Many of them were killed, 700 killed, and now in their old age, and while they're drawing their pensions and should be just enjoying themselves down their allotment, are being threatened or being dragged back to court. And we didn't really understand, I think we still don't understand, why the government decided to rescind the actions of the previous Conservative government to protect these people, to say, right, okay, enough is enough, draw a line. It's clearly, if somebody murdered a prisoner or something, that would be different. But, issues that happened in the heat of battle and so on, draw a line. People did their duty. They were very brave. They showed heroic restraint. Leave it there. But it looks like the government has basically been in negotiation with the Irish government for 9 months. And what they've come up with is something which is no doubt satisfactory to the Irish, no doubt satisfactory to Sinn Féin, no doubt satisfactory to the ex-members of the IRA, but it still puts our veterans at risk of being dragged back to court. There's going to be I think at least 7 coroner's inquiries, including some high drama ones. The SAS battle at Lo Gaul. Most of your viewers will not know about this, but this was when the IRA drove up a JCB with a big digger with a 300-pound bomb in the scoop to blow up a police station, to try and kill all the policemen inside it. The SAS sat in ambush inside waiting for this and stayed there while the bomb went off. I mean, imagine that, staying in a building while a bomb is set off outside designed to kill you, and then came out and there was a gun battle, and I think 8 IRA people got killed. And this is now being held up as some sort of act of assassination. It was anything but. The people trying to kill, trying to murder people were the IRA, and the army in that circumstance was trying to protect the police and trying to stop the ambush, stop the attack. So it's that sort of thing that's now being dragged out again and being pushed through the Northern Irish courts. And if you're 75 years old sitting, I don't know, in Newcastle or whatever, you don't deserve this if you've served your country loyally.
David, also, it's the sheer double standards here, because as you said, the Blair government gave an amnesty to all the IRA assassins, murderers, torturers. They are immune from prosecution, and yet our boys, let's face it, they were mainly men in the army back then in the Troubles, who were fighting for Queen and country, looking after the people of Northern Ireland, looking after people on the mainland, are being prosecuted. It's just not fair.
No, and it is completely one-sided. I mean, the law doesn't distinguish between the rights to life of anybody, really, no matter what they are. But we shouldn't forget that the people on the other side of these battles sometimes now referred to as victims. I mean, there were lots of victims, thousands of victims, real victims in Northern Ireland. But some of these people were murderers. Either they had already carried out a number of murders, that's often the case, or at very least they were attempting to murder somebody. So you're dealing with people who are murderous. That's the harsh truth. And on the other side, you've got people who've joined the army to serve their country, and are pushed into this circumstance where they have to deal with these vicious murderers, people who've murdered, tortured, executed prisoners, shot people on their own side, as it were, on their own side. I mean, from their own community. I'm not sure their own side is right. That's what we're looking at. And truth be told, most of the British public would view these people, the people are now put under risk, these veterans, as heroes, not criminals. And they should have a comfortable and decent retirement. People are suffering. I mean, we talk these days. Nowadays, we talk about PTSD. We didn't back in the day, but a lot of these people suffered really serious post-combat stress, and some of them still are. It's being brought back to them. They get nightmares because of what's being forced on them. So it really is very serious, and it's great to see we've got 200,000 signatures. That hopefully will help put a bit of pressure on the government. I mean, a bit like I shouldn't veer into your next subject. A bit like ID cards as well, where I think we're going to get 3 million signatures.
On another important subject of today, of course, the government is saying that the reason they can't go ahead with the protection of the legacy Act is because of the ECHR. Now, is this just another good reason to leave the ECHR, as the Conservatives have promised indeed today that they will?
No, I'm not a fan of leaving the ECHR. I think we need to renegotiate it. But a lot of this is just nonsense. I mean, this is nothing to do with the ECHR. Article 2 is right to life. Well, the truth is, in British law, there's a right to life. You don't need the ECHR to do that. The government is hiding behind that. This is more about appeasing the Irish state. And, that annoys many of the veterans too. Because remember, the Irish state provided safe haven for these people. Some of the bombs were detonated from across the border by wires running across the border. When there was an action, when there was a conflict, the IRA could always just slip south the border and they were safe. When we attempted to extradite them, it almost never succeeded. The Irish state said this is a political crime, so we can't extradite. I mean, it was, I'm not sure the word is complicit, but certainly it made the IRA's job, if that's the right word, easier to do. It gave them somewhere to run to. So they're not impartial people in this exercise. They have an axe to grind, and having them involved in it, having it designed to keep them happy, in my view, is utterly the wrong way to approach the policy. And a lot of the veterans feel that very strongly. They do not feel that the Irish state is a neutral in this. They feel it wants to rewrite history just as the IRA does, and they think that's very unfair.
All right, David, that's Sir David Davis.